News, sports, weather. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins. Here's the top stories we're working on for you at this hour. Municipal elections are just 4 weeks away, and voters in the Farmington and Clearwater school districts will determine the fate of bond issues. In Farmington, voters will be asked to approve a $17 million no-tax increase bond issue. Proposition KIDS, which stands for Keep Improving District Schools, outlines the planned construction and renovation to buildings throughout the district. Farmington School Superintendent Dr. Natalie Thomas says the bond issue is an investment in the district's past.
We have wonderful buildings that some of them have a lot of historic significance, others are newer, but once we purchase a building, we have a responsibility to maintain that building, to keep the water out, to keep the air quality good, to make sure that there are not allergens or other kind of contaminants in the school that impact our children.
Dr. Thomas adds one of the hallmarks of the Farmington community is the support of the schools.
People embrace our students and our activities, whether they have children there or not. Our football games obviously are a huge draw, but so are soccer and so are our tennis matches, and so is the dance group that performs competitively, and so is Winter Garden, so is the marching band. And the pride that occurs within our community, the spirit that our young people provide, I think it's hard to put a dollar amount on it.
Further information about Proposition KIDS can be found on the district's website, farmington.k12.mo.us. Proposition KIDS in the Clearwater School District is a $3 million bond issue. Clearwater School Superintendent Blaine Keel outlines what the funds raised by the bond issue will cover.
In order to do some new construction on the Main Street campus, do renovation of the elementary gymnasium, which was built in 1935, and then also to do some other heating and cooling and structural issues that we have on the high school and middle school campus. Hopefully we'll be able to have that passed so that we can give our best educational buildings to our kids.
Keel says it's important for the voters to know this bond issue will not raise taxes.
We've worked with our bonding capacity people and looked at our assessed valuation, and we know that the 35-cent debt service levy that we currently have on the books will fund this project. It will be a bond repayment schedule of 20 years, and that 35 cents should more than enough be able to make the payments on the bond.
Voters in the Farmington and Clearwater school districts will go to the polls on April 3rd. And now Dustin is here with a look at our first forecast on 18 Eyewitness News. Dustin?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. Temperatures right now are in the 50s. It's mild out there. 57 up in St. Louis, 58 in Rolla and Ironton, 56 in Piedmont, 55 in Poplar Bluff, 55 right now in Marble Hill and Cape Girardeau. What's in store for your bus stop in the morning? We'll see a temperature around 52 degrees under a mostly cloudy sky. What's in store for your day tomorrow? I'll give you all those details coming up later in weather.
55 miles of highway in Madison, St. Francis, and Washington counties will be seal-coated under a contract approved by the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission. The work includes seal coating of the road surface to prevent water from entering cracks in the pavement and deteriorating the road. The process consists of placing small aggregate on top of the sealant as it dries. Crews then return after the treatment to sweep away the remaining loose material. MoDOT project manager Trent Brooks says seal coating helps extend the life of the roadway.
At some point, we'll need to go onto the road and probably add an actual asphalt surface. But by keeping the water from getting into the asphalt, the time in between having to do the thicker asphalt overlay is definitely extended.
In Washington County, Route 32 will be seal-coated for almost 8.5 miles, Route C for almost 14.5 miles. In St. Francis County, 12 miles of Route T will be seal-coated, as well as 18 miles of Route J and 12 miles of Route 72 in Madison County. The seal coating is expected to start sometime in May, with completion by November 1st. Butler County residents can stay on top of important information by signing up for the Emergency Alert Network. Sheriff Mark Dobbs says folks can receive text messages or emails through the network alerting them to important information.
Severe weather, tornadoes, tornado warnings, all the way up to missing adults, missing children, serious incidents, major crimes, that kind of thing, as well as helping the public. It also helps us, gives us a lot of extra eyes and ears in major crimes to where we can send out text messages and emails to a given geographic location or area.
Sheriff Dobbs says there is no cost to the county for the Emergency Alert Network. Most importantly, the information is generated locally.
The information comes directly from the Butler County Sheriff's Office. From information we gather from several places, but primarily from the boots on the ground, the officers on patrol, not just our office, but the Highway Patrol, as well as the Poplar Bluff City Police and every other agency.
To sign up, just go to the Sheriff's website in Butler County, that is bcsheriff.com, and click the Emergency Alert Network link on the left and follow the prompts. The St. Genevieve R2 School District is inviting the community to an open house for its new Performing Arts Center. Superintendent Michael Stewart says the event is set for the afternoon of Sunday, April 15th, with tours starting at 1 o'clock. Dr. Stewart gives us an overview of the facility.
An auditorium and stage. The auditorium seats 706 people. And, of course, the entrance and lobby area, and then we have a new band room in there with practice rooms and storage rooms and so forth. We have a vocal music room, same way with storage and practice rooms. And then we have we call it the green room, and that's for performing groups and that type of thing that would be using the stage.
Dr. Stewart hopes the facility becomes a focal point in the community.
We hope that it becomes a center for the community, and along those lines, whether it's plays or as performances as students for dance or for gymnastics or those kind of things, and certainly for school activities during the school day as well as in the evening with plays and performing groups such as our band or vocal music, our assemblies for our National Honor Society and inductions into groups and organizations in the school.
The Performing Arts Center, which cost $4.9 million, was built as a part of a $9.5 million bond issue approved by St. Genevieve voters back in April of 2010. Dr. Stewart says the bond issue also covered the district redoing all of its electrical, as well as building 3 classrooms and a new library at Bloomsdale Elementary School and 7 classrooms at St. Genevieve Elementary School. Missouri State Highway Patrol troops in the 18 eyewitness viewing area will participate in the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over enforcement campaign. Last year, 220 people were killed and 916 were seriously injured in crashes that involved an impaired driver. That's why troopers will join other Missouri law enforcement agencies to crack down on drunk driving the weekend of March 16th through the 18th. Now, during this time period, troopers will be conducting DWI saturation patrols and checkpoints enforcing Missouri's DWI laws and taking impaired drivers off the road.
And welcome back. Temperatures right now are on the mild side here in southeast Missouri. Temperatures right now are in the 50s, 55 in Fredericktown, as well as in Marble Hill and Cape Girardeau. Poplar Bluff right now at 55, 58 in Ironton, and Rolla at 57 up in St. Louis. Here at the station, we have a temperature of 55 degrees under a mostly cloudy sky. It feels like 50 out there because south wind at 18 miles per hour is giving us a little bit of wind chill, but it's also going to be on a warm side of a wind chill because of the southerly breeze. Humidity right now at 49%. What's in store for your day on Wednesday? Well, we're going to be socked under a mostly cloudy day. That's what we're going to see, and then thunderstorms are going to start pushing into the area tomorrow evening. So tonight's lows look like this: 50s and 40s for the most part, 52 up in St. Louis, 50 in Ironton, Ellington at 48, 46 in Van Buren, Poplar Bluff, a low tonight of 47, as well as in Fredericktown and Marble Hill. Forecast for tonight, we'll see low around 50 degrees, give or take a few degrees, partly cloudy early, then increasing clouds late south wind 15 to 20 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, we're going to see a mostly cloudy day. Showers will start developing tomorrow afternoon, mostly towards the late afternoon, and then possibly some thunderstorms also start to develop. South wind 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusting at 30 at times. And a look at your extended forecast for the next several days. Again, tomorrow high is 69, 56 and thunderstorms on Thursday. A little cooler on Friday with a partly sunny sky. Saturday's even cooler with the high of 52, partly sunny skies. Then on Sunday, it's going to warm up to 61, but we're also going to see showers in the area. Then thunderstorms on Monday with a high of 63 and 65 with a partly sunny sky on Tuesday. Another look at our weekend forecast here in southeast Missouri. Partly sunny on Saturday, high of 52, low 41, 61 with a shower here and there on Sunday with a low of 48. That's check out your Storm Tracker weather forecast. Fred, back to you.
This is 18 Eyewitness News, Sports.
Unnamed sources inside the St. Louis Rams are expecting to lose the services of defensive coordinator Greg Williams in the wake of new allegations of bounty-type systems while Williams was on staffs in Washington, Buffalo, and the Houston/Tennessee Titans. A suspension, perhaps a lengthy one, appears likely. There has even been some speculation that Williams' job could be in jeopardy. Williams met with the NFL's security department and other league officials Monday in New York, presumably to discuss the newest allegations. In their first camp trim Monday, the Cardinals sent down their second-round draft choices of 2010 and 2009. 22-year-old right-hander Jordan Swaggerty, the 2010 choice from Arizona State, had fast-tracked from low-class A Quad Cities to Class AA Springfield in his first professional season, compiling a 1.83 earned run average with 8 saves. But Swaggerty had been sidelined with bone chips in his elbow. Robert Stock, the 2009 second-rounder from USC, also will be a right-handed pitcher now after wanting to be a left-handed hitting catcher. A day after being passed over for Big 12 Coach of the Year in a vote by the league's coaches, Missouri's Frank Haith got the nod on the Associated Press All-Big 12 team as Coach of the Year. The AP team is selected by a panel of 18 sports writers and sportscasters who cover the league. In the voting by Big 12 coaches, Bill Self of Kansas and Iowa State's Fred Hoiberg were named co-coaches of the year. In his first season at Mizzou, Haith coached the Tigers to a 27-4 overall record and a second-place finish in the Big 12. Missouri, ranked 5th nationally in this week's AP and coaches poll, split its game with league champion Kansas and swept Iowa State. And at its spring game, April 14th, Mizzou football will unveil new uniforms and helmets, which will drop the Block M that has adorned the headgear for 40 years, without giving details on the change, which Mizzou was studying before the SEC move. Coach Gary Pinkel said the uniforms are off the charts and have resonated with recruits. As for the helmets, he seems to have a sense that traditionalists will be a hard sell. However, studies showed that Missouri's most distinct icons are the word Mizzou and its tiger head logo. And that's a look at sports. We'll be back with tonight's Your Live segment right after this on 18 Eyewitness News.
From one day to the next, you don't know what the weather's going to do, but I know one thing, Dustin Kopp will keep us on track and on top of what's going on.
Are you sure about that?
Well, most of the time. What are we looking at here? I mean, one day 70, the next day thunderstorm. What's going on here with this weather?
Well, tonight's going to be mild temperature, around 50 degrees for your overnight low. Clouds start to increase tonight. Then tomorrow, the clouds continue to increase. We're going to see temperatures near 70, maybe even a little above in some areas. Then thunderstorms late tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, and then showers continue on Thursday.
Well, we can expect this turbulent weather. It's springtime, so what else can you expect?
Right.
Folks, thanks for joining us for 18 Eyewitness News. We'll see you tomorrow morning with more. Have a wonderful evening. God bless you and good night.
Have a good night, everybody. Newswatch is next.